guys, today we are going to talk about creating a WFS shipment. So we're going to start from the point where you've already created your items, they're already WFS eligible, and you just need to create the shipment. So you're going to go to your main page into your catalog, you're going to scroll down to the WFS section over here on the left and click Shipments. And then up on the right here, you're going to see Send Inventory. So you're going to go ahead and click that. And then this is the actual shipment, the inbound order that we're going to work through. So you're going to choose your expected delivery date. I usually just go out a couple days. Alrighty, and then where you're shipping from. So we've got a test address here. And this section here is where you're going to actually add the items. So when I create SKUs, I use the UPC first. And the reason is when I want to create a shipment, it's just a lot easier. So to add my first item, I'm just going to find the UPC on this thing. Oh, scan the UPC, and of course it didn't come up. That's awesome. So in the event that the SKU doesn't scan like that, I open up another tab with my catalog in it, and I will search for the SKU there. So there it is. So what I will try here is just to copy the SKU over and see if maybe I typed it in incorrectly. Yep, there it is. So, okay. So we found our SKU, our item. So you're going to click Add to Order. And then it's going to ask you how many total units you have. I'm just going to say I've got 10. Master case, they are individual. It's not a case packed item. So there's one per case for Walmart's. And then for pack and label, if you wanted them to polybag or label your items, you could choose to do that here, but I do that on my own. So I don't need to choose anything there. This is where you would print your labels. And then if you decide you don't want to send something, you could delete it here. So let's go ahead and try our next item. Scanning. Awesome. Well, that one's not coming up either. So usually it will show up there. So I'm going to go back to my catalog, scan my item. There it is. Oops. Copy my SKU, go back to my shipment, paste my SKU, add to order. So now I have 2 items in my shipment and 10 of each. So I have 20 items in my shipment. I know it says master cases, but that's Walmart's way of saying items. So 2 SKUs, 20 total items. So the next step then would be to create your shipment. Do you want to? Yep. All right. And after a moment, it should tell you that your order was created. So you're just going to close that. And we are going to set up our shipment. So here is the point where you're going to box your items, print labels if you need them, which we could have done on the other screen, or you can do them here again. If I needed 10 of each, I would just print them here. But for the sake of this little guide, we're just going to pretend that we already labeled it, everything's good. Just to let you know, if you add an item using the UPC, you don't have to label each individual item, but if you were to, say, use the Walmart ID number to create the item in your catalog, then you would want to print off a label and put that on your item. Or if you were to polybag something and maybe they couldn't get to the UPC anymore, you would want to print a label then as well. So we're going to click Next to continue. WFS preferred carrier is going to be FedEx. I send small parcel. Shipping is awesome. It's telling me where I need to send my items to, and then your default where you want items sent back if someone were to return or something like that. So that should auto-populate. You can leave that. You're going to click Next. Now here is where you add your boxes. So my 10 items would obviously fit in one box, but let's say that we had 2 boxes. So you would fill in the length, width, height. I'm just going to do a regular medium box. Say it's 5 pounds and it's 1 box. And depending whether you put 1 item into the box or you put 2 different items in the box, you would choose whatever applies here. So for this, I'm just going to say that I filled it full of 1 item. So I'm going to leave it as single SKU. To add another box, you just click Add Another Master Type Case. And let's just say that my box is a different size. It also weighs 5 pounds. So I have 1 box that is 18 by 20 by 10 that weighs 5 pounds. And let's say there's a couple different items in this one, so I would mix it up. That's it. Super easy. One thing here that people have questions on usually is number of master of cases. So you're going to leave it 1 if you only have one box that's 18 by 18 by 18 that weighs 5 pounds with a single skew. If you had multiple boxes that met that same description, then you could put 2 there or 3 or whatever it is. But for this, we're just going to leave it at 1. Oop. So then you're going to calculate your shipping. $13 to send these 2 boxes. Sounds right to me. So I would go ahead and click next. It's going to give me my details again, where I'm sending to and where I'm sending from, the details of each of my items. And then I would click accept and I would confirm that shipment. And then you created your shipment. All's great there. I'm going to go ahead and hit close. And then once you get to this screen, you have some time to void charges if you mess it up. But what I love right here is if you'd like to schedule a pickup for FedEx, go ahead and schedule it right there. And I would advise you to schedule it as soon as you can because otherwise you'll forget or you'll have to take it to the FedEx for drop off. If you have a FedEx business account, you should be getting free pickups. I know some people have said that they have to pay, but if you have a business account, you shouldn't have to be paying for pickups. So you might want to make sure that you have it set up correctly, but it will come and pick up your boxes and it's as easy as that. So if you have any questions, go ahead and tag me in the chat. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing your shipment pictures. All right, guys, happy shipping.